Hello, this is another example or another technique to help you debug your form type scripts in PHP. So what we have here is basically the same as last time, except for this line here. File put contents is a PHP function that can help you output something to a file. So right here we are sending the file to testform.log, which is inside a subfolder logs. And the stuff that we are printing is the literal $ itself, underscore get, verbatim, open and close square bracket, single quote verbatim, and $k which is going to be expanded to the key, and $v over here is single quoted and it will expand to $v, which is the same type of variable as the previous example, except in this case this is being sent to the file and it is appending to the current content of the file. So let's check out what this script is going to do. Now, first of all, there are two things to do. This is a one-shot thing, but you have to do this part. The first one is you have to create a logs subfolder first, or whatever you want to call this, it just has to be consistent. So I'm creating a logs subfolder using mkdir or make directory as a command. The usual permission, you can check the permission using ls-ld when you are when you're trying to check the permissions of a folder. So you can see that the usual permission or the normal permission has doesn't have write permission to the group user. The middle set of r something x applies to the group user. You don't have to change group ownership, that's already set up for you. What you do need to change is to use chmod and then say group plus w, g plus w, which basically means I am adding the right permission to the group user, but only to the logs subfolder. So this way your main folder is still protected from people writing to your stuff, but the logs folder is open so that your script, when run by the Apache server, can now write content to it. So let's go ahead and check out what's going to happen when we say tag and onion, and then click submit query. And you can see that it is still doing the same thing as before. The key is fname and the value is tag, blah blah blah. But when you switch back to your command line interface, or you can check this with WinSCP as well, you can see that there's a file in logs now. It is just created. When you look at the content of that particular file, it is new form, because it's nice to have a line to help separate the log of one submission from the previous one. And you can see how it just prints all of these things out to show you the content of each get variable. Now the good thing about this kind of approach, let me go back to show you the script itself, is even if the script only runs partially and then it crashes and bombs out, the log file will still be created with the log entries, which is nice because you may have an incomplete HTML document when you look at it from the web browser's perspective. But on the other hand, when you look at it from the log file perspective, at least it will tell you how far you have gotten depending on how you sprinkle those commands to add entries to the log file. So this can be helpful when you are debugging a script that makes use of a form that doesn't run entirely, because otherwise you won't even see anything in the browser. But using the log, it's always possible to log something even when the script is running only partially. So I hope this is helpful to your attempt to get the forms assignment done. And generally speaking, it's always nice to be able to log to a file just so that you can keep track of all the activities that has been going on your website. Alright, so I'm going to upload this soon and let you know when it's uploaded.